Okay, well, we are in our last live update of the survival trial ST7 Daybreaker. That's the last one of the arena, so that when we come back here and when the race is done, we'll be able to give you an update of who finished and finished where. Most of you, I mean, if you're still up and still looking at the map, you can tell where everybody's at. And we're at a point now where we have one or two teams that are really still trekking hard, and we're kind of very interested to see where they're going to end up. And we have a few that, or the couple that are kind of on their final path here, and they're hanging on for the last couple hours before the arena's closed. So very, very strong performances in this survival trial. And I'm here with Wayne Armacost. He's the executive director of the NRA Whittington Center. And we've been working kind of in tandem together, orchestrating the arena and working around the evaluators and the competitors. And it's been a very good trial. What are your thoughts here so far so far it's about over, but what are your thoughts on the ST7 Daybreaker?
Well, the Whittington Center's been fortunate enough to be a part of the survival trial since its inception in 2011, and I've been working with you since 2012 on setting these up and tearing them down and working with the competitors. And I would say this is honestly probably the best survival trial I've been a part of so far.
I'd agree.
The attitude, I think what's impressed me the most is the attitudes of every single competitor that we talk to. I mean, I don't know that I could be that positive 30, 40 hours into something like this. And I commented to my wife today, I said, I think I've learned a good lesson. The little things that I think in life that kind of get me going and get me upset, they're not really that big, because here these guys, they've been humping a lot of weight, they've been in water, they've been doing physical obstacles and shooting scenarios, and they still have a good attitude. It just goes to show that no matter what life's throwing at you, you can have a good attitude.
Yeah.
I think overall this has been just an incredible experience.
Yes, and I mean, incredible experience for us and our evaluators and things like that. We've had a really good group of evaluators. Most of them have been back for 3 or 4 trials, and they're kind of they do well anyways, but for the way that our arenas are set up and our evaluators work, they're very flexible and do a real good job being able to cover down and pick up and move from scenario to obstacle to whatever we're asking of them to do, because we don't know what the competitors are doing out there when we have our arena set up like this, and to have a group that's so flexible and willing to get out there and work. We are very fortunate with the support that we get with this.
Well, and it really, like track leaders and using the spot units to be able to track these competitors, because I remember driving around for hours and hours in the dark looking for team members for competitors, and that's just a great way to then quickly get a hold of the evaluator and say, hey, can you go here? So
when we first started, we didn't have the luxury of GPS units, and especially with trackleaders.com, we'll make our maps, and they make all the interactive icons that, when you click on it, it pulls up the teams, who they are, what they're moving, where they're from, and things like that, which is pretty neat. We had to drive around and kind of forecast, based on what we know of them and what we know of the area, where they're going to be. So, yeah, it's vastly different. Yeah, so right now, I mean, we've caught every team as they negotiated a physical obstacle and a shooting scenario at least once. I can't think of any that we have not.
I think Ragnar, in the beginning, we weren't able to catch up with.
No, and Jackwagon also.
Jackwagon, yeah. But almost every other one we've, it's 48 hours is a long time, and helping you do a little bit of the filming for the survival trial has been really cool. I feel like there's been a lot of daylight in this one, so we got a lot of good footage and good interaction with the teams this year.
Well, in our scenarios too, I think, this one especially, this trial has been my favorite, because it's mainly because of the scenarios. The way we set our arena up, excuse me, I think that, we've been able to manage it in a way that we're not having to run very hard and really have to run our evaluators from point to point to try to catch up with the teams. And that's given us kind of the ability to really focus on the teams as they move around out there. And we've been able to stop and talk with them and see how they're doing, which is, in turn, when we come up here and do this, we can relay that back to everybody back home who's watching now, hopefully. And has been watching the last 48 hours or 46 hours. So I think that's another thing about this specific trial that's made it kind of special, that we've been so interactive with the competitors out there. Got to see all those great things. So, yeah. So right now, I mean, we have about 2.5 hours left. What are your thoughts here? We have 4 teams out there.
I'm just amazed at how they just keep pushing, keep slogging through the pain.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a race for points now. Who's going to have the most at the end?
Yeah, and they're not giving up. That's really the key right there. We just talked to Gray Tactical about 45 minutes ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And they're heading down south, and they decided to turn around. Everybody has goals in the arenas, and we'll start off with, what's your goal? And most of the time, it's we're going to win, and that's good. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. You always want to come out on top. But then that goal of winning will change, and then the perception and the perspective of winning starts to change too. So the goals now, every time we stop them, we kind of just periodically ask, what's your goal? What's your plan and what's your goal? And the goals have just kind of shifted and morphed, and our answers have always been different from these competitors. And that directly is attributed to what they're encountering out there, and the things that go through the competitors' minds and things as they move at night when it's dark. That's a lonely time. We haven't had any teams that I can remember that have moved together like we had that in previous trials. Pretty much everybody. Yeah, they stayed by themselves. If they did, it was very quick, and they finished their obstacle or things. So survival trial can be lonely. I mean, it's a great bonding time with team members, but you can go the whole time out here and not see anybody. Right now, Kafaru, they're up north. They're all by themselves. They're in areas that navigating can be kind of a little treacherous, not in a dangerous way, but in a way of getting lost. Excuse me. And they're very good with their navigation. Everybody here has been extremely well. But there's a lot of logging roads up there that aren't on maps right now, and they're new. So we'll see what happens here in the next few hours. But they're a smart team. I think that for sure they may make it over to that shooting scenario. It kind of depends. It'd be one wrong move, and I think that would prevent that. But the way that they're moving now, they're strong.
They're pretty calculating when we talk to them before they move. They check, as most of these teams are. They check, double check, and then they move out. So
yeah,
impressive.
Yeah, and Great Tactical. They're actually outside right now. We're at the Shotgun Center, and their goal was to get back here. This is our finish line, and the only way to actually finish the race is to complete everything in the arena, and then you can come across the finish line, and you get a finish line bonus. Excuse me. But right now, the only one that's in the running for that would be Team Kafaru, and they're going to be cutting it very close for the next, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes and the race over. But just where they're at and the distances that they've moved is extremely admirable, as it is with every team. Great Tactical, to go back to goals, their goal was to make it right here.
Yep. Get back to the finish line.
Yep. And that's when you put so many miles and you're carrying the weight that everybody has. They're talking, I'd say on average about 70 to 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Depending on extra gear and what their makeup is. The competitors carried their ammo in the arena this time, and we seal them up in plastic boxes, and after we're done with each shooting scenario, we reseal these plastic boxes. But you know, that was an additional weight that they weren't counting on. You know, that's been one of the biggest comments that we've received back from the teams are weren't counting on having to carry another 15 pounds, you know, however much it was.
Every survival trial is different.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the first time we've done that, so it's good because now you can use, you know, whatever's yours at home instead of us dictating what the caliber is going to be. You bring yours and you bring your ammo, so you know, that makes it really more relevant to everyday life. This is a training event. It's competition, but it's also a training event. So, excuse me. So we have, excuse me. This is for us staying up for almost 2 days. We have Team 4040, and we just watched them up on shooting scenario number 3.
Yep.
Yeah, carjacking. What did you think about that?
I think that was my favorite one. It was really dynamic. The movements, and it catches them off guard. You know, you start off by getting a shoot out of a vehicle, which is pretty cool. And then they think it's over, but no, you've got to do this, and then they think it's over, but no.
What was the next scene?
Well, the scene was they had a Jake who was in the back of the Suburban. They had to evacuate the Jake to a safe area, and it was not close. It was all timed event, so they then run, and they get there, and then they think it's over, but no, wait, you've got to run back to the vehicle, pop the clutch, and push it a certain distance. It was a very dynamic, very interactive, and it caught the competitors off guard not once but twice.
So what happened in that? And this is everybody that stayed in after the 24-hour mark has hit this, and all the teams that are here, they've actually hit everything that's close. So if you look at on the map, that's around us right now. So they've all done this, and they've all done it the same way. And their times have been very similar too, which are fast. So they start out by shooting out of the vehicle at the threats that are coming to match the situation. The evaluator clears them off, and then they change positions, and the second teammate does the same thing. The evaluator clears them, and they're told at that point to go out to the back of the Suburban. Take how heavy would you say that Jake is?
It's a solid 175, I think.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So, and they're not light. Yeah, they're not light. They're very pinchy. But everybody did extremely well with that. Everybody. They pull that Jake out, and then they had to go about 100 and probably 120 yards or so. So pulled that thing over to the safe area, which is our break area, the defensive training area. Then they had to come back and pop the clutch for the scenario by pushing the Suburban about how far, 50 feet or so?
50 feet, yeah.
And then that was it. So and then times range from 420 to I think this last one was 633 or something like that.
The ones we saw, but yeah.
But this last one with 4040, and they did it at 44 hours.
Yeah.
You know, after walking and then getting out and being that aggressive out there, you know, that was extremely impressive. But then afterwards they have to put it all back, so they got to bring the Jake back and push the truck back to the Suburban back where it goes. So, but everybody, that's with all of our scenarios too. But everybody did such a good job with that. So we had a golden basket in the arena too. Mm-hmm. So what do we do with that?
Well, John, you and I rode around most of the time together, but we couldn't decide where to put the golden basket at first. It's someplace that would be fair, where everyone could have an opportunity to possibly gather the golden basket. So we just left it in the back of the truck, and so the golden basket was in the arena the entire time, and nobody really noticed it. Everyone had an opportunity to see it. They filled water up with countless teams,
Yep.
And just towards the end here, team decided they were going to not ask and take.
Yes, 40-40. And that was the right answer. Because that's part of the survival trial. We give the guidelines of what it is. The golden basket never left the arena. It was always in the arena. Everybody had the opportunity to see this. We had several teams ask about it,
right,
but nobody took that initiative to take it. And 40-40 reached in and grabbed it, and now they are. Once this race is over, they will be the golden basket. Well, they have earned the golden basket. They're not awarded; they're earned. And they'll walk away with 2 Glock 23s. So hopefully that's worth that. I believe it.
I feel like it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very smart. All right, so we got about 2 hours left here. We're going to head out and take a look at everybody and see how everybody's doing. Everybody's tired, and now that the sun's gone down, they'll start to drone pretty good. So we'll go out and visit with them a little bit and make sure that everybody's still aware out there and see how they're doing. And we're going to try to get up to see Team Kafaru. They have one more shooting scenario to go down, and I don't think we've gotten that one on video yet.
Yep, not yet.
Okay, so we're going to try to do that, get some pictures and stuff with that. So, and then after that, once we're done, we're going to pop back up here after the race is over. We're going to officially announce the finishers of the STVII Daybreaker. And then after that, we're going to go to bed. So is everybody else. So on much deserved rest from all the competitors. All right. Before we go, though, I'd like to thank our sponsors. First of all, the NRA Whittington Center. Our site sponsor has been a big supporter. Without the NRA Whittington Center, the survival trial would not even happen. So thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.
And we ask that you at home, if you've never seen the Whittington Center or heard of them before, take a look at them at nrawc.org. There's everything outdoors here. It's a great family vacation destination. We're actually standing in the cafe right now, which is actually the shotgun center. Behind us is our skeet ranges, right?
Mm-hmm.
In trap, yep. And we actually used one of the trap ranges for a bonus stage. But food services on site. There's 2 places, 2 separate areas for lodging with our founders' cabins, and we have the Brownell Suites, which are very nice. I've stayed there before, and they're extremely nice. Our founders' cabins are very nice. We also have competitor housing on site too. The NRA Whittington Center. There's several events here that are held all throughout the year. It's just great to come and get away. There's very few places like that.
We had 176,000 visitors last year. We hosted over 250 events. In fact, this weekend, Survival Trial was one of 5 different events that was running. So always busy.
Yes. So if you're looking for a place to get away, this is a very good place to bring your family. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, STVII Design, and that's our official apparel sponsor for the STVII Daybreaker, and that's what we've been wearing throughout the entire race. And the survival trial is extremely hard on equipment and clothing. So, excuse me. These jackets here, I'm wearing their stealth hoodie, and like right now outside, it's the weather here isn't, the temperature-wise, it's not dropping to where it's below zero, or below freezing or close to freezing. But when that wind picks up here, and it is, and it's when the cloud cover lifts, like we've had the moon out and no clouds in the sky, and you're outside, there's not much to stop the wind. This jacket that I'm wearing, I can't speak for your jacket here, but it's been perfect. This has made our time in the survival trial arena much easier. So
got one of the fleeces on. It's been very warm, and rolled around the dirt for 2.5 days in the rocks with our pants, and very rugged. So good stuff.
Yeah. So we want to thank STVII Design, and we're very proud and happy to have them as a partner with the survival trial. So take a look at them at triple-design.com, and they will have something that is very rugged and lasting. We also have our First Survivor sponsors for our First Survivor prizes and our Golden Tomahawks, and that is Benchmade. Benchmade has also sponsored the prizes for our 24-hour First Survivors. Right. So the Golden Tomahawk, that's been kind of our established prize for our First Survivors. And we've kind of expanded that a bit with Benchmade products with the A10 Contego as a fixed blade Contego. I actually carry a folder from Benchmade here. This is actually the Wington U edition folder of the A10 Contego. The first Survivor prize is a Survival Trial Edition for the fixed blade. Very, very nice products, nice functional products.
Strong too.
Yes.
You can't bust them.
Trust me. I mean, we're not careless with our equipment, but again, you know, we work in very harsh environments here. That's why, you know, the things that we outfit ourselves with and that we surround ourselves with, they have to be able to stand up to the rigors of what we do here. So we're very thankful for Benchmade and having them on as a partner for the survival trial. We'll be doing our awards tomorrow during our after race after party. We'll award the Golden Tomahawks and our first survivors for the 24-hour STVII Daybreaker. And I'd also like to thank Professional Marksman Incorporated. We've co-sponsored our Golden Basket prizes for this STVII Daybreaker. So finally, too, we want to thank our map sponsors with MyTopo. MyTopo, they provided maps for just about all of our survival trials, minus the very, very first one, our Inception, the conceptual one. So we're very thankful to have MyTopo on board because that's the backbone of what's going on out here. We put those maps in the packets for the competitors, and that's what they go by. That's the navigation is a huge part of the survival trial. So being able to see those maps, have those maps stay together out there. I mean, how many water obstacles do we put these teams through? So that's a lot. And we've been fortunate without the rain, but you know, we welcome that out here. I mean, it's not fun, but it's not fun for all of us because we're all out in it. But it's just another level. Those maps will stand up for that. So if the topographic maps from mytopo.com, take a look at them. It's www.mytopo.com. And those maps are always a good thing to have. We live in a world of global positioning. We can do whatever from our phones and things like that. That may not always be available to us. In fact, that's a lot of our scenarios in this survival trial, STVII Daybreaker. We have to know how to read a map. So, excuse me, take a look at mytopo.com for all your topographic map needs. Okay, so, is there anything else we need to talk about here before we get going?
Oh, thank track leaders, I guess.
Yes, yes, we cannot forget about track leaders. They have provided all the spot units for us and been taking really good care of us during the race because things go wrong out here. You know, sometimes we lose the signal and things like that. Their support is top notch. When things happen, we get an immediate fix right away. So we highly recommend trackleaders.com for all the races like this, or even yourself. If you're going to go out and do a trek alone and things like that, you want to kind of document what you're doing, trackleaders.com will have everything that you need for that. So, all right, can we take out and go see how everybody's doing?
Let's do that.
All right. Okay, so right now it is about 4 minutes before 10. 2 hours left in the STVII Daybreaker Arena. So we're going to check our maps and go get in the vehicle and go do a little health and welfare check and see how aware everybody is and coherent. And I'm sure everybody's doing just fine. But 2 hours left, and when we're finished here, when we get everybody picked up and we'll get them sent off to go get some much-deserved rest, we'll hop up here and announce the finishers of the STVII Daybreaker. And tomorrow, we'll also be doing our after-race after-party. That's at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time at the historic Ice House Restaurant in Raton, New Mexico. If you're in the area, come down. It's open to the public. We have a band, Mixed Breed, back again, and do a great job. It's a lot of fun there. The food is fantastic.
Good barbecue.
Yes, it's good everything.
Good microbrews.
Yes, and we like the microbrews. So come on down if you're in the area and congratulate these competitors and say hello to the evaluators. I'd love to see you and sit down and visit. So that's that. All right. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you here in about 2 hours.